morning, good evening, wherever you may be watching this video. Today, I want to go over some news regarding the Firelight protocol for XRP staking, FAsets being delayed for Flare mainnet again, but we're going to be looking at things from the brighter side because a new institutional partner planning to leverage XRP staking on Flare has been revealed. So with that being said, let's get right into today's video. All right, so I have the Medium article up here. It's a 5-minute read. We'll go ahead and read through it. Shouldn't take us too long. All right, so starting off, vaults are smart contracts that allow users to deposit assets and receive liquid staking tokens or LSTs in return. When you deposit tokens into a vault, you receive a receipt token, which is the LST, that represents your proportional share of the value of your tokens in the vault. This token, a representation of your staked assets, has a variety of applications across DeFi. Some popular uses include trading the LST, transferring it, and using it as collateral to borrow against. So basically, in Flare terms, you can provide liquidity in pools either on BlazeSwap, SparkDex, or Enosis. Those are our three main dexes currently, so I'm almost certain that there will be support for staked XRP and several other tokens to pair it with. While the original asset remains staked, the LST holders benefit from liquidity and flexibility. Let's dive into how vaults are designed on Firelight. I know vaults are one of the bigger questions that a lot of people have, and exactly what they are and how they're used and the security around them. So I'm glad that they're starting to shine a little bit more light on what vaults actually are in the Firelight perspective. On Firelight, vaults are the core smart contracts responsible for managing staked tokens, for example, FXRP, and issuing a liquid staking token. In this example, it would be staked XRP. They are built to perform three core functions: asset management, issuing LSTs, and delegating security. Vaults handle all aspects of asset management. When a user deposits a token, the vault secures the token in a smart contract and manages all custody from deposit to withdrawal. Every transaction is recorded on chain, making it easily verifiable. The second core function is LST issuance. During phase one of Firelight's launch, staked XRP is minted in proportion to the amount of FXRP deposited and the prevailing exchange rate. Each staked XRP is fully backed by the underlying FXRP. The exchange rate adjusts over time to reflect staking rewards or potential slashing events. Those slashing will not be enabled for phase one. So it's very important to note, phase one, no slashing. And that's probably because there's only going to be one vault, which is Firelight's vault, right? I'm pretty sure after phase one, there will be plenty of other vaults for many different assets that they will support in the future. Upon withdrawing your FXRP, the corresponding amount of staked XRP will automatically be burned. Finally, security is allocated to economically secured services, or ESS, via operators. ESSs monitor operator performance. In phase two of the launch, which will introduce multiple vaults supporting multi-asset deposits, the protocol will implement slashing mechanisms to penalize underperforming operators. This helps maximize rewards while maintaining security across the vaults. So phase two is where you can expect slashing and this concept of additional operators running vaults to be implemented. So that'll be interesting to see. All right, so moving on. Architecture of the launch vault, which is part of phase one. The launch vault is built on the ERC 4626 standard, ensuring seamless compatibility and integration with the broader DeFi ecosystem. It's created to be fully non-custodial, meaning users always maintain control over their underlying assets. In this initial phase, the launch vault exclusively accepts FXRP deposits. For each FXRP deposited, the protocol issues its liquid staking token, which is staked XRP, at a starting exchange rate of 1-to-1. A key advantage for early adopters is that there is zero slashing risk during this introductory period, providing a secure environment for participation. So just for a quick walkthrough on how to get XRP onto the Flare network as FXRP and then staking your FXRP with the Firelight vaults to get the liquid staked version of those XRP tokens, which will be staked XRP. So, of course, you start over here on the XRPL. You deposit your XRP in an agent controlled wallet held on the XRPL, and you'll do all that through the FAsset's portal. And then once you've done that, you'll mint FXRP on this FAsset's portal as well. And then you can take that FXRP, stake it in a Firelight vault, receive staked XRP. Moving on, staked XRP, the first LST on Firelight. Upon launch, users receive staked XRP, a liquid staking token that represents a user staked XRP position while remaining fully liquid. Staked XRP is an ERC20, which is a standard token designed for EVM compatibility with wallets and can be easily integrated across DeFi. Fully transferable, the token can be used to send, trade, or be used as collateral to borrow against. In phase one, staked XRP can be deployed across Flare Network's expansive DeFi ecosystem. So that includes the DEXs I named earlier. That includes Kinetic. I'm sure Cyclo Finance is going to support staked XRP as well as FXRP and several other dApps to be named. Moving on. Deploying staked XRP across DeFi. Staked XRP unlocks a wide range of DeFi opportunities, allowing holders to do much more than simply earn staking rewards. The token can be swapped on decentralized exchanges, which we mentioned earlier, used as collateral in lending pools to borrow other assets, Kinetic, Cyclo, or used to provide liquidity in DEX pools. Again, something we mentioned earlier. This enables holders to stack multiple sources of return, such as trading fees or lending interests, on top of their base staking yield. So not only will you be earning a yield for simply having staked XRP and staking XRP through Firelight, but you can compound those returns by either supplying liquidity on a DEX or lending that staked XRP on Kinetic, for instance, to earn lending interest. I'm pretty sure there'll be several other uses, but we haven't heard of what those dApps will be just yet. It'll be interesting to see if XDeFi implements staked XRP. I'm pretty sure SparkDex is going to support FXRP and staked XRP to be used as collateral in their perps DEX. So we'll just have to see. That's definitely speculation on my end there, but I'd be shocked if they didn't support staked XRP, let alone FXRP. So in the future, staked XRP will also serve as a foundation for more advanced financial products, including derivatives and leverage trading opportunities. So we'll just have to see what those are when they get announced, but it's exciting to see on the horizon. The core benefit of liquid staking is improved capital efficiency. Liquid staking fundamentally solves the core dilemma of traditional staking by eliminating the choice between earning staking rewards and maintaining asset liquidity. This removes the classic opportunity cost associated with locking up capital as your staked assets remain productive and accessible. It empowers users to engage in multiple DeFi strategies simultaneously while potentially earning a base staking yield. Ultimately, this provides users with the flexibility to actively optimize their portfolio. So, liquid staking has been such a blessing to the crypto ecosystem across the board, not just in Flare. But same thing with Flare, with the Flare FLR token. When they introduced staking, that was one of the main questions: is okay, if I stake my tokens, yes, I'm providing security to the network, but I'm missing out potentially on other opportunities in the DeFi space on Flare. Then you have Scepter come into play, introduced S Flare, the liquid stake version of Flare, and it essentially removed that opportunity cost. Now you can stake your Flare tokens, provide security to the network, but also simultaneously take advantage of other DeFi opportunities to earn an additional yield on your assets. This is the same concept. Firelight is essentially doing what Scepter did for Flare, but with XRP, at least starting out. So, maintaining market equilibrium and opportunities for arbitrage. The protocol has built in economic mechanisms designed to keep the price of staked XRP stable and closely aligned with its fair value. As minting and redeeming staked XRP from the vault is permissionless, any market participant can arbitrage price discrepancies between staked XRP and FXRP. I'm gonna let y'all know right now, I will be doing this all day, every day, especially in the beginning and whenever it pops up as the Firelight protocol gets more mature. This is quite literally the same thing that happened with S Flare at the beginning of its journey on the network. The arbitrage opportunities between Flare and staked Flare was immense and came around quite often. But as the protocol, the liquid staking protocol matured, those opportunities became few and far between, if you will. So I expect the same to happen with the FXRP and staked XRP prices. So there's going to be plenty of arbitrage opportunity. I'm looking forward to that. The way the vault is designed creates a natural arbitrage loop. When staked XRP trades at a discount on the open market, arbitrageurs can purchase the discount tokens and redeem them through the protocol for the underlying FXRP, capturing a profit. This buying pressure increases the demand for staked XRP, pushing the price up. Conversely, if staked XRP trades at a premium, users are incentivized to deposit FXRP and mint new staked XRP at fair value, and then sell it on the market for a profit. This increases the token supply and helps bring the price back down toward equilibrium. This process is supported by a short unbonding period, less than 2 days in phase one, allowing arbitrage opportunities to be executed efficiently and minimizing the risk of staked XRP deviating from its peg. Like I said, I'll be looking for these opportunities all day, every day. If you don't know about how to do this on staked Flare or S Flare, I've created a video for that. I'll definitely make sure it's in my closing wrap up scene for this video. So don't worry about that. I'll definitely make sure you guys get pointed in that direction. Another thing to note is the unbonding period for staked XRP, at least in phase one, is only 2 days. That is amazing because S Flare's unbonding period is 14 and a half days. So about 2.5 weeks. Um, Big difference. 2 days, 2.5 weeks, big difference. So it'll be interesting to see how uh, beneficial the 2 day unbonding period is versus a 2.5 day unbonding period. Obviously, there's some different reasons, different mechanics, and things of that nature, but it'll be nice to be able to make those loops, those arbitrage loops, as fast and frequently as possible before prices between staked XRP and FXRP come back aligned. Definitely looking forward to that. Future plans. To ensure a robust and stable trading environment, we plan to establish deep liquidity pools on major decentralized exchanges. There will be incentives to reward users providing liquidity, fostering a strong and sustainable ecosystem for staked XRP. In addition, for reliable pricing data, we're integrating decentralized price feeds from the Flare time series Oracle or the FTSO. Our meticulously designed vaults represent an evolution in liquid staking centered on security, capital efficiency, and seamless integration with the wider DeFi ecosystem. The initial launch phase strategically minimizes risk for early adopters with zero slashing risks, while the inherent arbitrage loop ensures staked XRP maintains its peg to the underlying FXRP. This foundational design empowers users to potentially stack multiple yield sources and unlocks new layers of utility for their staked assets. Looking ahead, in phase two, the introduction of multi asset vaults, deep liquidity pools, and Oracle integrations is poised to establish a robust and dynamic ecosystem, fundamentally enhancing how users interact with and benefit from traditional staking protocols. So, that's really the staking protocol with Firelight in a nutshell. I'm extremely excited about how this will work. Again, this is all conceptual. This is all just theoretical thinking how things will work. But nonetheless, it's good to educate yourself ahead of time so you can formulate your plan and be prepared when the inevitable day of Firelight protocol for staked XRP goes live. I'm already mulling over a couple of strategies, especially that arbitrage loop. That is probably what I'll be focusing on the most when it comes to increasing or at least taking advantage of that arbitrage opportunity as much as possible. But that's the Medium article. In other news, we also had the FAsset launch on Flare mainnet get delayed for a couple of weeks. They're doing an additional audit, one last audit, which I get it. You want to make sure things are as secure as possible, especially with the increase in institutional interest in a protocol such as FAssets and the potential ability to bring a yield or yield generating opportunities to their institutional clients, their retail clients through their designated platforms. So I'm all good for that. I do, however, understand how some of the community is feeling in regards to how the delay was announced. We found out through a third party vendor who was conducting the final, or at least I hope, final audit of the FSet code base. We didn't get an official announcement from either the Flare account or Hugo till after the fact, which might something might have slipped through the cracks. I get it. Communications with entities or corporations could be a bit tricky, so I get it. But those are certain things that, just from a feedback perspective, Flare should hopefully clean up for future announcements or how they communicate with the community. Communications is key. I don't think people are necessarily upset with the delay. They're just upset with how the delay was announced or how they came about finding out that there was another delay to the FSAT protocol going live on Flare mainnet, which I get it, but I'm all good. This is just another opportunity for me to continue to stack those bags, whether it be XRP or Flare or even stables. You got to be prepared, especially if you're looking forward to getting into some of those LPs. There'll be some stable coin pairings with staked XRP, FXRP that you might want to take advantage of. So you definitely want to make sure you have some stables stacked to the side for that. But despite the delay, I'm still excited because today we found out that crypto.com is another institutional partner interested in using the FSET protocol for staked XRP and offering a yield generation opportunity for its institutional clients on top of facilitating trades of Vivo Power and their stock ticker symbol, VVPR. So Vivo Power is partnering with crypto.com to be its institutional custodial service, while also crypto.com announcing that they are going to be leveraging the FSET and liquid staking protocol to generate a yield for their clients. So despite the delay, all news is good news. I think we're in a good place. It'll be interesting to see how things actually land. Everything is going to happen when it needs to happen. I'm not too worried about it. I'm just as anxious and excited for FSets to be released as everybody else. But we got to, deal with our emotions a little bit and keep those in check for a little bit longer. Again, I totally understand how some people feel. Just looking from the outside in, I let a lot of the noise go about, and I just sit back and observe and try and look at things with multiple perspectives. So I'm not, shaming people who are upset because I definitely can kind of understand. Now, the Win Bros, that's a different story. The pure haters of Flare Network and what we have going on in this ecosystem, that's a different story. But for those who I've seen be excited, who were a little bit let down with this recent announcement, I totally understand. So with that being said, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you found this informative. Please like, share, and subscribe, and I will catch you in the next one. Peace.